Now our time to go to the other side and welcome back a quarterback who won his first 14 starts at BYU, played 7 seasons in the NFL. A pleasure to welcome Friday's starting quarterback for Team Royal, Brandon Doman, back to the Wise Guys. Brandon, thank you so much for hanging with us. I know you had a ball game, and I hope you won and got back in time. And how you doing tonight?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Sweet. So let's ask you the Cougar Board question of the week. How awesome is it to be a BYU fan right now?
Well, you've got, a top 15 football program and a top 15 basketball program. I think anybody would feel good about that. There's not very many programs in the country or athletic departments in the country right now that can say they have 2 of the top programs.
Well, as you say that, we hear on the stream from Bart saying hello from India. So that's a new place for the Wise Guys tonight. Right online to hear from Brandon Doman, who's back under the lights at the stadium. You won the game, and then after the game, they named the stadium Lavelle Edwards Stadium. How special of a place is LES for you?
Oh, ever since I can remember, I was coming down on Saturdays to watch games, and I think it's one of the best things that BYU has done for the alumni to create this game and this environment. For some of these guys to come in and get dressed in the locker room and put on some cleats and run out onto that field that brings back such a flood of memories, and it really is a fun, enjoyable event.
How many years do you shave off your mentality when you're out there warming up? Because we'll see you warming up Friday night, and we've seen you out there warming up, and you look like there's a smile of an 18-year-old on your face. Do you feel for at least a few minutes that you're back in it?
Yeah, every warm-up throw, like 2 years comes off. So I try to get about 20 throws in, and then I'm back to my old age again.
It's something cool. How is your arm? You ready for Friday?
The last pass I threw was last year in the alumni game. So we're just going to show up and do it again.
Listen, you got a few days. We'll be watching those warm-ups closely. But I'll be we've talked about this on the show before. You still have it. You can still fling it. And you had some impressive chucks last year.
Well, all I have to do is throw it. Those guys have to run around and try and act like they're fast, and all I have to do is just stand there and throw it. So it's a lot easier to do that.
Charlie was on with us. We rolled through his roster. Let's break down your guys and give us a thought from these position groups. Quarterback, there's you, Jackson Brown, and Steve Clements. A lot of folks go, Steve Clements, have to think about that, and even Jackson Brown. And when it comes to you, they think of you and Luke Staley and being 12-0. How do you like that group going in?
Oh, man, we've got age and grace. Steve Clements was a real strong, talented. I don't know if he can throw it anymore, but about ready to find out. And I think Jackson Brown last year led the leading drive last year to win the game. So he still got it.
He still got it, and you still got it. Someone's going to have it, right? One of you three. Somebody's got to have it. Your running backs, there's no running, but there's throwing to these guys. Fui Vakapuna, Matt Hadley. Reno Mahe's listed at running back, but I'll be stunned if we see him in your huddle at all. How about your running backs?
Oh, man. Last year, Fui just being out there with the alumni after having some of his own challenges.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. I think that we're going to make Reno play. He's not going to just get to stand there. We're going to make sure he's playing.
I saw a couple of years ago when he played, he went and changed shirts and came and started and caught a touchdown for the other team. And we weren't sure where his loyalties were in Royal or Navy, but what a personality for Reno. And everyone's been through it. He's been through it as well. It'll be fun to see him.
Yeah, this is, like I said, it's a really great event. And I think every college football program should take a page out of this book and do it. It really is a good event.
All right, but Brian, run over the receivers. Let's get Brandon's take on that.
Your receivers.
These are his guys.
Aleva Hifo, Cody Hoffman, Kobe Pearson, Garrett Juergens, and then Mitch Juergens, and then Reno.
Yeah.
Why is Reno twice?
He's also listed as a receiver and a captain. So, hey, Hifo and Hoffman, my money's on you guys with those two.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything after the draft because I didn't want to call attention to the wide receiver core that we have, but those guys can all run and still play. So I don't think that the quarterbacks are going to have to be too spectacular in this game because we got some pretty good receivers.
When you're drawing up plays, and you got kids like that, young men like that, older guys like that, is just going to go deep like most of the night?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's no reason to be trying to move the chains in an alumni 7-on-7 game. We'll leave that up to the current players, but we're just going for touchdowns.
That's what I said. That's what I said that the strategy should be. But I also said that that's for offense. For defense, I think that they should start a little bit deeper, maybe like 12 yards, and then try to be aggressive on everything, right? Because your opportunities are going to be limited, so you need as many turnovers as possible so that you can go and give the ball back to your offense and take those shots. Why I say 10 to 12 is because by that time you should know, especially with the speed reduction of some of these receivers, you should know if it's going to be a deeper route or it's going to be a shorter route so you can go and break on it.
Anytime, Brandon, we see you pump fake, we know you're going deep. If there's a pump fake, it's just, okay, where's he going? It's either to the left or the right or down the middle. Your tight ends, Matt Edwards, Tanner Baldery, and Tavita Ofa-Hengawe. How about that group?
Well, I think if we're in Lavelle Edwards Stadium and we have his grandson, we're going to make sure he gets a touchdown in this game.
Okay.
So
yeah, it feels like you should.
Deal. Matt Edwards out there, and then Mr. Irrelevant, Tavita. I don't know that he can run, but we might station him in a couple spots and just get him a couple catches. And Tanner's going to have to carry he's going to have to carry some of the load for us.
Yeah, Baldery's probably gonna. Yeah, he's going to come in big. How about Tavita being Mr. Irrelevant? First of all, so few people that ever live on this planet get to be that, and it's something to be. Yeah, you're the last pick, but then you get stuff. And everyone knows who you are. I mean, it's first and last, isn't it? That's the talk of draft day.
Yeah, no, he still wears that on his sleeve today. He just got elected to be the Utah chapter NFL Players Association chapter president here for Utah. Right? He's still wearing that.
That's cool. All right, let's look at your defense. You're going to roll out Harvey Langi, Wani Unga, Matt Hadley, and Kavika Fanuna. I like that group.
Man. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't say anything after the draft because I feel like we struck gold on this roster.
Yeah, you're looking good. How about the DBs, Below?
Who picked the other team? Was that
Austin?
Austin was the one that picked.
Austin went Blaine with the number one pick in the draft.
You know what?
That's a head scratcher. As I like Blaine, Heifa was on there. You were on there.
I was like, I think that was a coworker type of What's the word when
you think it was an inside job?
No, it was just like if I don't pick Uncle B, I'm gonna hear it, right? There's like a loyalty thing, it's a loyalty type of thing. But okay, that makes a lot more sense. So defensive backs, Austin McChesney, Malik Moore, Micah Hanneman, and then Gavin Fowler.
What are the chances Gavin picks off his dad? That could happen. Do you like your DBs?
Yeah, we're gonna put Gavin at safety because he's aged a little bit. We can't have him at corner. So but if he's just in the right place, I would predict a Gavin Fowler interception from his dad.
Okay, all right.
I would predict that.
I think Malik Moore's the youngest in the field, and you got him in your defense.
Yeah, he's gonna have to play on the edge for sure because we're gonna be relying on him to lock down, kind of like Brian Logan.
Yeah, Bilo. Bilo's going to be our roving reporter, so he's going to be in the huddle talking to you. When you throw, we told Charlie, when you throw a touchdown pass, Bilo's coming at you with a live mic. That'll be a lot of fun. Ty, I was talking to Ty today, and he said that what surprised him about this game is how serious everyone took it. As soon as he thought he was just coming in for a charity softball game, and he's got guys making hard cuts heading down the field. The juices come back, don't they?
Oh man, you couldn't. Steve Young couldn't help himself last year. He thought he was doing the same thing. Next thing you know, he realized how fun it was. So yeah, it's a blast.
We talked about this a moment ago, and I want to give you a chance to hit it hard here. On there's it's a good time and there's all that stuff, but there's something powerful about getting the alumni back together for an event like this that helps the football team that's generations apart perform in the fall and move forward and get more recruits, isn't it?
Yeah, again, I think every program in the country should do everything they can to connect the alumni to the current players. And BYU is such a unique place so many of us have stayed here and are living here with our families, and they have access to us. And they should use us. They should bring us back and have us around and engage with us. And I think this is really a well done event. And Brian would say the same. I think we would do anything for the program as long as they're willing to ask and invite and allow us to participate. We would do anything for them.
Yeah, I like how the entire day is set up. So it's not just like just little insights for fans. We come in at 10, 11 o'clock and we kind of do a tour of like, hey, this is kind of what news up here, or, you know, just being able to walk through the hallways again is a great feeling, seeing, you know, upgrades. And then Kalani just talks to us about his vision and where the program is, where he wants it to go. Then we have lunch. So it's an entire event. And then we go out to practice, and it's supposed to be because BYU doesn't really have an official spring ball game, like spring game, but we watch practice, we watch the final practice of spring ball in the scrimmage. So we also it's good for guys that are out of state, that aren't around, that get to see first live look of you know, some of the younger guys participate, and it's tends to be a live scrimmage, which is fun to see. Then we go and we warm up and go in the locker room. We warm up. We kind of talk a little bit amongst each other, and yeah, it's like a field trip. Like it's like a field trip where you get there early and you have this guided tour that leads you all the way up to, you know, pulling your hamstring.
That's quite a journey. A couple more questions for Brandon Doman, former BYU quarterback, former quarterback coach, offensive coordinator. 49er. Let's see what else can we have. Businessman on the Wise Guys, presented by Brady Plus and distributed by the Deseret News. So spring practice wraps up on Saturday for the team. Looking ahead to the summer, what do you want Jake Retzlaff and the other two quarterbacks to spend their time working on?
Well, I've been paying a little bit of attention to him and to the team, and you're developing an identity right now through leadership. And they did such a good job last year, those guys that were upperclassmen and leading this team. And it appears to me that they've got another strong, solid core of leaders. And so what does that look like? What does that look like in the weight room? What's that going to look like in 4 weeks from now? What's that going to look like in June? And if they truly will rally like I think they're going to, he's going to lead this team in every aspect of it. And that means he's first guy there, last guy to leave, first guy in line. And he just has to lead by example, even though he's, you know, not the most fit guy or strongest guy in the weight room. And he's not going to be leading the charge and those kinds of things. He may not be winning all the races. He should be doing everything he can to win a race. He should be doing everything he can to be, you know, just truly leading in every aspect. And I remember feeling that way going into my last year, that this could be it. So don't lose anything. You know, we just fought and competed all year long, and it created a culture of winning. And I didn't want to lose one rep. And if he doesn't lose a rep, it'll have trickling effects down to the whole football team.
It reminds me of Max, my first year here.
Yeah.
Max Hall, so it's my junior year, his going into his senior year. And first person in, first person out, first person to, you know, break us down, break us up. He led everything, and it was eye opening for me because of how his demeanor was, and I was like, oh, this is serious. Like he kind of taught me, him and the older guys kind of taught me how to work at this level, because I saw him work that way.
Yeah,
you know?
Don't want to let him down. You do want to intercept him, but you don't want to let him down.
Oh, I would drop balls in practice. I'm just playing. I wouldn't do that. But yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Brandon, let's finish with this one. This basketball team's in the Sweet 16. How much fun has this ride been as a fan and as a player connected to the school forever? And how about their chances on Thursday night?
Oh gosh, they've had such a hard time with Houston, but I think their matchup has been tough with that team. But I think they match up really well with Alabama. The way Alabama defends, and I think the way Alabama plays, I think BYU has a chance to play with them and beat them. But again, being a top 15 basketball program in the country right now with a first-year coach, with such upside coming back next year and the way that they were recruiting, it's been really fun. I think Cougar Nation is feeling extremely energized, and they should. And the athletic department should take full advantage of this and continue in every way to foster and build this type of enthusiasm.
It's been a fun run, and Thursday night will be special, and then Friday night will be special to have you back under the lights at the stadium. Question on a personal note: Will you take Advil before, or will it be after?
I will probably have to take a little bit before and after.
You're one of Cougar Nation's favorite players, and certainly the headliner in this field. So we look forward to seeing you Friday night.
Thank you so much.
Brandon Doman, thank you for being on the Wise Guys and hopping on with us. It'll be fun. It'll be fun to reunite with everybody Friday night at 6 o'clock on BYU TV for the whole world to see and for the Domans to remember forever and ever. And that's what's beautiful about something on TV is you can break down all the tape on Monday morning with your boys and you tell them you still have it. So thanks, Brandon.
All right, Coach. Love you.
Take care.
Thank you for watching The Wise Guys.
If you like what you're watching, you can help us out by subscribing and hitting that notification button.